各位记者朋友，大家下午好，欢迎出席。
Good afternoon. Welcome to our press conference. Questions, please.
谢发言人，总台央视记者提问。中方今天发布了
CCTV. China announced today that President Xi Jinping will pay a state visit to Russia. Could you share the program of the visit? What goals does China hope to achieve through this visit?
In
recent years, President Xi Jinping and President Putin have maintained close exchange. They have charted a course and provided guidance for the sustained, sound and steady growth of China-Russia Comprehensive Strategic Partnership and Coordination for a new era. The two sides have found a path of major country relations, featuring strategic trust, good neighborliness and cooperation, setting a new model for international relations. During this visit, President Xi will have in-depth exchange of views with President Putin on bilateral relations and major international regional issues of mutual interest, boost strategic coordination and practical cooperation between the two countries, and inject new impetus into the growth of bilateral ties. At present, the situation unseen in a century is evolving at a faster pace, and the world has entered a new period of instability and transformation. China and Russia are permanent members of the Security Council and major countries, and the significance and influence of our relationship goes far beyond the bilateral scope. President Xi's visit will be a trip for friendship. It will further deepen mutual trust and understanding between China and Russia and cement the political foundation and public support for our long-standing friendship. President Xi's visit will be a trip for cooperation. It will boost mutually beneficial bilateral cooperation across the board, form greater synergy, and deepen cooperation between the Belt and Road Initiative and the Eurasian Economic Union, and help both countries achieve respective goals of development and rejuvenation. President Xi's visit will be a trip for peace. On the basis of no alliance, no confrontation, and no targeting of any third party, China and Russia practice true multilateralism, promote greater democracy in international relations, work towards building a multipolar world, improve global governance, and contribute to development and progress in the world. China will uphold an objective and fair position on the Ukraine crisis and play a constructive role in promoting talks for peace. Next one, please.
中新社记者提问：据报道，3月16日，韩国总统尹锡悦开始对日本进行为期2天的访问。当天，他从日本。
China News Service. On March the 16th, ROK President Yoon Suk-yeol started his 2-day visit to Japan. On that day, he met with Japanese Prime Minister Fumio Kishida and jointly met the press. The summit was reviewed differently in the ROK. Some believe that the ROK government made too much concessions unilaterally on issues like forced recruitment of laborers, and that the servile, humiliating diplomacy was not responded reciprocally by Japan. What's China's comment? We have noted the different views in the ROK on the leader summit between the ROK and Japan. As to the issue of forced recruitment of laborers, China's position is consistent and clear. Forced recruitment and enslavement of laborers is a grave crime against humanitarian law committed by the Japanese militarism during its aggression and colonial rule against the people of Asian countries, including China and the ROK. The facts are backed by ironclad evidence and should not be denied or altered. Japan should face its history squarely and deeply reflect on it, show its remorse for the historical crimes and respect for the victims through concrete actions, and on that basis grow normal state-to-state relations with its Asian neighbors. Next one, please.
谢谢发言人，新华社记者提问。在世界经济复苏乏力的背景下，中俄各领域。
Xinhua News Agency. Despite the world's economy in the doldrums, practical cooperation between China and Russia has maintained steady development. What effect will President Xi's visit have on enhancing bilateral practical cooperation, and what's China's expectation? China and Russia are each other's largest neighbors and major emerging markets, and cooperation between us boasts strong resilience, ample potential, and wide space. We have continued to deepen and expand practical cooperation across the board, guided by the principle of mutual respect and mutual benefit. This is in the fundamental interests of the two countries and peoples. This year marks the beginning of China's new journey of building a modern socialist country in all respects, will accelerate high-quality development, high-standard opening up, and foster new development paradigm. This will provide new opportunities for countries in the world, including Russia. During the visit, the two heads of state will have in-depth exchange of views on issues of mutual interest, on practical cooperation, and the principle of mutual respect and benefit. The two sides will continue to take credible steps to seek greater synergy between the BRI and the Eurasian Economic Union, keep industrial and supply chains stable and unfettered, step up exchange, cement public support for friendly relations, work together for the sustained progress in our cooperation, bring more benefits to two peoples, and inject more positive energy into world economic recovery. Next one, please.
Thank you. From the Hindu newspaper. We've seen the readouts from the phone conversation that Foreign Minister Qin Gang has had with his counterpart from Ukraine. I just wanted to ask, did they discuss any potential phone conversation between President Xi Jinping and President Zelensky, and is that something that might take place next week? Thank you.
印度教徒报，我们都看到的前国委与乌克兰外长通话的消息稿。我想了解的是，他们是否谈及了习近平主席与泽连斯基总统近期通话的计划，比如说在下周进行通话。
既然你已经看到了消息稿，那么
Since you already saw the readouts,
的主要内容。
you
中方在乌克兰危机上的立场是
already
一贯
aware
明
of
确的。
what was
中方
discussed.
从各方保
China's
持着沟
position
通。
is consistent and clear. We maintain communication with all parties.
下一个问题。
Next one, please.
Turn on your mic, please.
Vivian Wong from the New York Times. The Atlantic reported that several foreign scientists' analysis of genetic samples from the Huanan seafood market may point to raccoon dogs at the market as a possible intermediary host for COVID. Does the ministry have any response?
纽约时报提问，大西洋月刊援引外国的科学家称，根据在华南海鲜市场所收集到的基因数据显示，浣熊很有可能是新冠疫情的中间宿主。请问外交部对此有何回应？
Could you repeat your question, please?
The Atlantic reported that several foreign scientists' analysis of genetic samples from the Huanan seafood market may point to raccoon dogs at the market as a possible intermediary host for COVID. Does the ministry have any response?
纽约时报提问，据大西洋月刊的报道，一些外国的科学家根据在华南海鲜城采样的基因显示呢，在市场当中所售卖的浣熊很有可能是新冠肺炎疫情的中间宿主。请问中方对此有何评论？
这个问题呢，建议你找相关的专家。
I would refer you to experts on this issue. I would like to share with you that China always supports and participates in global origins tracing based on science. We have invited WHO experts to China for joint studies, and we organized the Chinese experts to share information and data with the WHO. So we've contributed to the global origins tracing studies, and will continue to take part in such cooperation. At the same time, I would like to say that in the global science community, there are many clues pointing to multiple origins of the virus. We hope information could be shared with China on the outcomes of origin studies across the world. Next one, please.
Hi, a question from AFP. New Zealand and the UK have both announced over the past day that they will ban TikTok on government devices, citing security concerns. How does China view this? Thank you.
法新社提问：新西兰和英国在过去几天都宣布要在政府设备上禁止使用 TikTok， 出于安全的考虑。那么，请问外交部对此有何回应？
我们注意到相关的报道。
We've noted those reports. We always hold that data security should not be used as a tool to overstretch national security concept to suppress other countries' businesses. We call on relevant countries to abide by market economy principles and fair competition rules, stop abusing national security concept, and work to provide open, transparent, fair, and non-discriminatory business environment for all countries' companies.
下一个问题。
Next one, please.
发言人您好，总台 CGTN 记者提问：某些西方国家政客把中俄称作
CGTN, some Western politicians describe China's relationship with Russia as an alliance of evil or an alliance of autocracy, believing that closer China-Russia relations will pose a challenge to the international order. During President Xi's visit to Russia, will he talk with President Putin about forming an alliance, and will they discuss the establishment of an international order that is dominated by China and Russia? The China-Russia relationship is built on the basis of no alliance, no confrontation, and no targeting of any third party. The two countries all follow the path of partnership over alliance and dialogue over confrontation, and grow a new type of major country relations featuring mutual respect, peaceful coexistence, and win-win cooperation. China has been committed to the UN-centered international system and the international order underpinned by international law. We oppose true multilateralism, work for a multipolar world and greater democracy in international relations, and make global governance more just and equitable. The way China and Russia develop our strategic partnership and coordination will benefit the two peoples and the world at large. It's entirely different from what certain countries have been doing, including holding on to the Cold War mentality, getting up with other countries, putting up cliques and stoking bloc confrontation, and engaging in hegemonic, domineering, and bullying practices. During President Xi's visit to Russia, he will have an in-depth exchange of views with President Putin on bilateral relations and major international and regional issues, jointly draw a new blueprint for the development of bilateral relations, and further deepen China-Russia mutually beneficial cooperation across the board. Next one, please.
Thank you. NBC. Back to TikTok. Will China allow the sale of TikTok with its advanced technology by the Chinese owner to American or foreign buyers?
NBC 提问，那么还是一个关于 TikTok 的问题，请问中方是否允许TikTok 向外国或者是其他的买家出售 TikTok 先进的科技呢？
我们已经多次就相关的问题
We've repeatedly made clear our position on this. I would like to reiterate
数据安全问题
that data
不应成为
security
个别国家
should
淡
not
化
be
国家安
used
全概
by
念，滥用
anyone
国
to
家力量，无
overstretch
理打
national
压对国企业
security
的
and
攻击。
abuse state power to wantonly
特别
suppress foreign
要强
companies.
调的是，
I would like to
美
stress
方
in
迄今
particular
未能
that
拿
the
出证
US
据证明
has yet to show
TikTok 威胁
evidence
美国国家安
to
全。
prove that TikTok
我们
threatens
坚决
US
反
national
对
security.
美
We
方
are
泛化国
firmly
家安全概
against
念，
the US
滥用国家力
overstretching
量，
national
无理打
security
压，
concept
强
and
行掠
abusing
夺
state
别国
power
企业。
to
美方应
forcefully
当尊重市场经济和公平竞争原则，
from other
停止无理打压
countries'
别国企业，
businesses. The US
为各
should
国企业
stop
在美投资经营提供开
hobbling
放、
foreign
公平、
companies
公
and
正、
work
非
to
歧视的环
provide
境。
a fair and transparent, just and non-discriminatory business environment for foreign companies.
下一个问题。
Next one, please.
谢谢发言人。总台央视记者提问：中方发布了巴西总统卢拉访华的消息，请问中方如何看待当前的中巴关系
China has announced the visit of Brazilian president to China. How does China see the current bilateral relations, and can you share the program and China's expectations? China and Brazil are both major developing countries and important emerging markets and each other's comprehensive strategic partners. Since diplomatic ties were established nearly half a century ago, our relations have maintained steady growth amid changes in the international landscape and achieved fruitful outcomes and practical cooperation across the board, setting a good example for major developing countries pursuing joint development through solidarity and cooperation. This visit will surely open up new prospects in our relations at the heads of state level, bring our comprehensive strategic partnership to a new height, and make new contribution to regional and global stability and prosperity. Next one, please.
谢发言人，深圳卫视执新闻记者提问：近期有部分媒体报道称，中国向俄罗斯
Shenzhen TV recently some media reports have alleged that China is providing military aid and dual-use articles to Russia and assisting it with systematic sanctions evasion. Will the issue of Chinese assistance to Russia come up in the meeting between the two presidents? China engages in normal economic and trade cooperation with all countries, including Russia, on the basis of equality and mutual benefit. China-Russia cooperation is completely above board. It serves the purpose of delivering benefits to both peoples and promoting global growth. It shall be free from disruption or coercion from any third party. I would like to reiterate that China always handles export of military items in a prudent and responsible manner and regulates export of dual-use articles in accordance with relevant laws and regulations. We are consistently opposed to unilateral sanctions and long-arm jurisdiction with neither basis in international law nor UN Security Council mandate. Our consistent position and practice stands in sharp contrast with the acts of certain countries that apply double standards on arms sales and keep adding fuel to the fire on the Ukraine crisis. Next one, please.
谢谢发言人。北京青年报记者提问，一个关于日本的问题。据报道，日本外务省的发言人称，日本首相安文雄将于19日访印度访问。
Japanese Foreign Ministry spokesperson said that Japanese Prime Minister will visit India on the 19th, during which he will give a policy speech on the free and open Indo-Pacific and unveil a new action plan. Japan is reportedly stepping up infrastructure cooperation and economic assistance in ASEAN and Pacific Islands to counter China's influence. What's your comment? Asia-Pacific is not an arena for geopolitical games. Relevant countries' cooperation should be conducive to mutual understanding between regional countries and mutual trust, and conducive to regional peace and stability. It should not target any third party or harm their interests. Some countries talk all the time about a free and open Indo-Pacific, but actually they are putting up small circles and cliques for block confrontation. China is not interested in such action plans. What we are concerned about is a certain country's plan to have the freedom of releasing nuclear contaminated water into the Pacific. Next one, please.
New York Times. Since China resumed visa applications this week, what kind of demand has the government seen for visitors to come to China? And will there be new measures to meet that demand with flights, especially from the United States?
纽约时报提问：在本周内，中国恢复了来华签证的申请。那么，请问中方对于欢迎其他外国旅客入境有什么样的计划？特别是针对美国，会不会在航线方面有什么样的调整？
之前呢，我们已经介绍了
Earlier, we've shared information on China's resumption of group tours to other countries on a pilot basis and allowing some adjustment, for example, replacement of a nucleic acid test by antigen test by inbound travelers. Going forward, we will continue to make better arrangements to facilitate cross-border travel, and we hope all countries will work towards this goal. With regard to the flights, I have noticed information by relevant Chinese authorities. All in all, the number of international flights is on the rise. If you are interested, I refer you to the competent authorities.
下一个问题。
Next one, please.
Hi, another question from AFP. Rebel groups from the Federal Political Negotiation and Consultative Committee in Myanmar have called on China to help end domestic conflicts. What's China's response to this, and does China have any plans to be involved in conflict resolution in Myanmar? Thank you.
请记者再重复一下问题。
Could you repeat your question, please?
Sure. Rebel groups from the Federal Political Negotiation and Consultative Committee in Myanmar have called on China to help end domestic conflicts. What's China's response to this, and does China have any plans to be involved in conflict resolution in Myanmar? Thank you.
法新社提问：缅甸国内的叛乱的组织呼吁中方协助停止缅甸国内的内乱，请问中方对此有何回应？在政治解决缅甸事务上有什么样的回应？
作为缅甸的友好邻邦，中方一直密
As
切
a
关注
friendly
缅
neighbor
甸
of
局势发展，
Myanmar, China has been
希望
closely
缅各
following
党
the
各
situation
派
in the
同国
country.
家
We
和民
hope
族
all
长远利益出
factions
发，
and parties
在
will
宪
bear in
法和
mind
法律
the
框架
long-term
下，
interests of the country and
通过对
people,
话
and
协商，
under the framework of
寻求妥善
constitution
的解决
legal
办法，
framework,
尽早恢复国家社会
through
稳定，重
consultation
启
look
政
for
治转
proper
型。
settlement,
在
and
这一过程当中，
restore
中
stability
方愿同
and
国际社会一道，
resume
为缅方提
democratic
供建设性的帮助。
process, and China stands ready to provide assistance to the country on the basis of its needs.
下一个问题。
Next one, please.
谢发言人，湖北广电记者提问：俄罗斯外长拉夫罗夫日前表示，美
Hubei Media Group, Russian Foreign Minister Lavrov said that the AUKUS cooperation on nuclear submarine marks the expansion of NATO infrastructure into Asia, and this sows the seeds for conflict in Asia. What's your comment? The US, the UK, and Australia have formed the Anglo-Saxon clique of AUKUS to advance cooperation regarding nuclear submarine and other cutting-edge military technology. This is typical Cold War mentality. It's like opening a Pandora's box and will seriously impact regional and global peace and security. First, its impact is on the international non-proliferation regime. It will be the first time for nuclear weapon states to transfer nuclear submarine propulsion reactor and weapons-grade uranium to a non-nuclear weapon state. An existing IAEA safeguards system is unable to exercise effective oversight, so there is a serious proliferation risk that will harm the IAEA's authority and impact its safeguard system. If the three countries have their way, other countries may follow suit, and this could eventually lead to the collapse of the international non-proliferation regime. Second, the impact on ASEAN-centered regional cooperation architecture. AUKUS is centered on serving U.S. geopolitical agenda through military deterrence. It runs counter to the ASEAN way with mutual respect, openness, inclusiveness, consensus through consultation, and accommodating the comfort levels of all. And it will undermine ASEAN countries' efforts to build a nuclear weapon-free zone in Southeast Asia and harm the ASEAN-centered East Asia cooperation architecture. Third, impact on Asia-Pacific peace and stability. Three countries will be introducing group politics and Cold War confrontation into the region. It is meant to build a NATO replica in the region. If they have their way, it will pose unprecedented challenge to prosperity and stability in the region. The three countries should listen to the call of the world and regional countries and stop seeking group politics and bloc confrontation and stop placing geopolitical agenda above non-proliferation obligations and stop coercing IAEA into endorsing their nuclear submarine cooperation. Next one, please.
Thanks, Bloomberg. The U.S. State Department has approved a potential sale of Tomahawk missile systems to Australia. That deal's worth $895 million. How does the foreign ministry respond to that?
彭博社提问：美国国务院批准向澳大利亚出售89.5亿美元的军火武器，请问中方对此有何评论？
我们注意到有关的报道，任何国家之
We
间的
note
防
the
务安全合
reports,
作都应有利
defense
于
and security cooperation between countries should be conducive to regional peace and stability and should not target any third party or harm their interests. The actions you mentioned heightens regional tensions and undermines regional peace and stability. It may trigger a regional arms race. China urges relevant sides to discard the obsolete Cold War zero-sum mentality and narrow-minded geopolitical concept.
下一个问题。
Next one, please.
中国日报：中方不久前发布关于政治解决乌克兰危机的中国立场文件。
China Daily. Not long ago, China released a document, China's position on the political settlement of the Ukraine crisis. Russia responded positively to it. But President Xi further elaborated China's position and proposal to Russia during the visit and tried to influence Russia for political settlement of the Ukraine crisis. It's peace that President Xi's visit is about to Russia is about. Safeguarding world peace and promoting common development is our foreign policy goal. On the Ukraine issue, China always stands on the side of peace and dialogue and stands on the right side of history. The recently released China's position on the political settlement of the Ukraine crisis reiterates the core ideas of President Xi's call for joint efforts in 4 areas, 4 principles, and 3 observations. It fully lays out China's objective and fair position on the Ukraine issue. What we call for boils down to supporting talks for peace. We always believe that political dialogue is the only way to resolve conflicts and disputes. Fanning the flames, fueling the fight, unilateral sanctions and maximum pressure will only fuel the tension and make matters worse. This does not meet the interest and expectation of the vast majority of countries in the world. China will uphold the objective and fair position on the Ukraine crisis and other international and regional hotspot issues and continue to play a constructive role in the political settlement of the crisis. Next one, please.
谢谢。先生，请问
习
主席访俄罗斯期间，除了
During his visit to Russia,
还计划访问哪些城市？
Where else will President Xi visit besides Moscow?
Regarding the specific arrangement of the visit, we'll release information in due course. Please follow our updates. Next one, please.
NBC, thank you. The U.S. proposed budget for 2024 has been released with some over $800 billion military spending in response to China's own increased defense spending, some $9 billion Pacific Deterrence Fund, $400 million to counter China's influence, and other items that apparently target China. Do you have any comments?
美国全国广播公司提问：美国公布了2024年的预算，其中有针对中国增长国防预算的超过8000多亿的美国的国防支出，以及90多亿的在亚太地区的投入，也是为了遏制中国在该地区的影响。那么，请问中方对美国这些款项，还有这个2024年的预算有什么样的回应？
习近平主席多次指出，中美关系不应该是你输我赢、你兴我衰的零和博弈。
President Xi Jinping has pointed out on multiple occasions that China-U.S. relations should not be a zero-sum game where one side outcompetes or thrives at the expense of the other. Both sides need to follow the principle of mutual respect, peaceful coexistence, and willing cooperation. To compete China means to contain and suppress China in all respects as the biggest geopolitical challenge and competitor. It is a huge gamble that ventures the fundamental interests of the two peoples and the future of the humanity. China firmly rejects this. China always follows the principle of mutual respect, equal treatment, win-win cooperation, and openness and inclusiveness in growing its relations with Asia-Pacific countries. We do not target any third party and have no interest in geopolitical contests. The U.S. needs to abandon the Cold War mentality and do something that contributes to peace and development in the Asia-Pacific, rather than seek broad confrontation in the name of cooperation. That's all for today, and enjoy your weekend.
This is the primary audio circuit for the Reuters Live service. This is the primary audio circuit for the Reuters Live service. This is the primary audio circuit for the Reuters Live service. This is the primary audio circuit for the Reuters Live service.